Eastern Europe, end of the 19th century. Because of course, that's the only time that a vampire story can take place, right?
Thank you all for coming here today to say goodbye to my Liza. I never thought I would bury my own daughter, my own blood, my pride, yet I can't do this. Go, please say something. I just can't.
There. It's all right. What can I say about someone dying so young? Particularly someone as special as Liza. If I may, I won't dwell on the circumstances of her tragic death today. Instead, I'd like us to celebrate her life. Despite her obvious calling for medicine, when she was little, I always thought she would become...
Despite the obvious calling for me. Let's say a musician.
a famous musician. You should have seen her with her fiddle when she was only 5. The instrument was half her size. But when she played, oh Lord, did your heart start filling up? Such a bright girl. Always a top student. Always the pride of her parents. By the time she graduated.
Just for written word, or let's say
Liza
scientific.
knew everything there was to learn from books about science in our enlightened age. Laws of physics, human anatomy, chemical solutions, you name it. Every time she went on about this scientist or that discovery, she'd light up like a matchstick. Most of the time I couldn't understand a word of it, but I just nodded along and mused at how bright our girl was. I can't tell you how proud we all were when she was accepted at the medical academy. I had no doubt that she was destined for greatness. But to become a doctor, one of the first women to achieve that in the whole country, if someone deserved that honor, it was our Liza. But my niece was so much more than a gifted student.
Do take passionate artist of let's
With
do
all
it through
of her
friends.
other talents, above everything else, she was a true and loyal friend. She connected with people easily. She cared deeply about them. Some might even say too much. After all, if she wasn't so thoughtful, maybe she would still be with us. But I digress. Please, forgive me. What's done is done. She was my favorite niece. Let us raise a glass to her. Pour some vodka for Kolya, too. He is old enough to send his sister off. A piece of my soul went into the ground with her today, as I'm sure did many of yours. Let those pieces help Liza, wherever she is now. To Liza.
I didn't expect voice acting, to be honest. That's a nice surprise. I hope it continues for the rest of the demo.
When I was a little girl, I often had trouble falling asleep. My mother used to sing me this lullaby to comfort me. Tonight, I slept deeper than I had in my entire life. I had a disturbing dream that a string was coming out of my mouth. When I started pulling it, I realized that it came from all the way down my throat, buried somewhere deep in my body. kept pulling, but I couldn't go too quickly for fear of burning myself with friction. Finally, the whole string was out. I felt relieved, but also strangely empty. I realized that I was in my bed, with my mother sitting beside me, crying. I didn't know why she was in tears, but I knew it was my fault.
Get in.
Mom? Cola?
My body feels like it's stuffed with cotton, like I slipped. Okay, old kerosene lamp.
The cupboard is locked. Why would anyone keep something of value in a place like this? My medical journal from the academy and my family medallion. Who could have brought this here?
Handcrafted sterling silver medallion passed on to Liza by her father. Tap to access the journal. Open tasks can be found in quests. Welcome to Escape the Hellhead Chamber. Yeah. Calendar today. Okay. Terms, inventory, we've got these. This medallion was added.
Lilies of the valley. My favorite flower. Who put them in this room? It's disturbing to see them here. Locked. Hello? Anyone? Hello? Who is this? I'm locked inside. Please help.
Okay,
The cupboard is locked. Why would anyone keep something of value in a place like this?
there really nothing else?
Are you still there? Maybe you can't talk? Please knock twice for yes and once for no. Thank goodness. Can you help me open the door? Thank you. Thank you so much. Will you help me?
Oh.
What is it that you want from me? I don't have much, but I can owe you a favor? Then it's settled. Whoever you are, do you hear me? If you open this door, shoulder just felt like it was burning up. I can't see anything from this angle. I should check up on it later.
Yes, what was that?
It's open. No one. What have I gotten myself into?
Character sheet to distribute the points. Earning increases your rank, allowing to upgrade your skill. Press plus or minus next to a skill you'd like to modify. Once you finish distributing all the points, press accept changes. How many? I've got 5 points. So let's bring writing up. Right, so we have an all-rounded character or whatever. New objective, find a way out. Okay.
Hello? Can anybody hear me?
That's scurrying. Okay.
What a peculiar painting. The husband and wife in the picture don't look very happy. If I had to guess, I'd say it wasn't the perfect marriage.
Now that doesn't give me any. Yeah. Where's the experience? Oh, so 2 out of 15. Gotcha.
It smells like death here. Like in the academy when we left a cadaver out for too long. Only it's much worse than that. There's someone's money in here. I could live on this for a week. After all that has happened, I think I deserve this.
I'm just gonna take that. Yeah. Liza's morality is still certain choices will provide you with humanity or nihilism points. Some choices will become available to Liza after she reaches certain levels. Wait, so on this date, 5 humanity, I think. Oh, no, you've got 5 on either side.
The mirror is covered by a sheet. People only do that when someone dies. Mother explained that this is so the dead soul does not get lost and trapped inside. Silly superstition, of course. We live in the age of science where there's no room for this nonsense. What is this? Where is my reflection? I can't see myself. It must be a trick mirror.
Oh, that didn't work.
Eerie. It's hard to say without seeing the face, but this dress. Could it be the same girl from the first painting?
That didn't say I got experience points? Yeah, I got experience points, so...
Oh, this is unbearable. I'm a doctor. I can get through this. I just
Do
need
what?
to look straight ahead. Give me strength, no matter what is on the other side.
Gained more experience points.
What in heavens is all this?
Chapter 1, Higher Society.
I will make sense of all this later. Something is wrong. My head is spinning. I feel the floor slipping.
Yeah, so there were only 2 experience points for getting out.
Would you look at her?
How does one have the gall to show at the Countess's manor in such a filthy outfit?
She must be a nihilist. It's spreading all over the country like a plague.
I'm starving, and the food looks so fresh and delicious, but the strangest thing is, I have absolutely no appetite for it.
Have you heard? The Countess is sending me on a special assignment to the capital.
You lucky devil. I've been stuck here for years. I swear, I'd dull my fangs just to spend a night in the city.
Hey, stop messing with the phonograph. It's not a toy.
Sorry.
Miss, are you all right?
Mind your own business, Petya. It's rude to stare at a lady.
Sorry.
You don't get to talk.
I'm starving, and the
Oh,
food looks so
so the
fresh
same on
and
this side.
delicious.
Okay.
The strangest thing is,
I know it's not ideal, Countess Orlova, but I'm afraid there is not much we can do at this point.
Of course now there bloody isn't. The right time to act was last week.
I don't understand where this influx of product is coming from. It's undercutting our prices.
Where were you when I...
Who is this creature? Darling, you look like a little domovoy. Come over here. I don't bite.
Yes, you do.
hello? I'm Liza.
You must be the doctor's new apprentice. Look at you, poor thing. You must be fresh out of the ground.
Excuse me?
Ugh, nobody must have actually inducted you. How typical. No surprise with the men around here. Hussar, why is she in such a state?
She was not supposed to wake.
I'd love to catch you up, dear, but sadly I have some urgent business to attend to. Thanks to this gentleman over here. Hussar, be a darling and show this young lady around when she's decent.
As you wish, madam. If you'll excuse me, I'll go for a smoke on the balcony. You can find me there.
You're excused.
Sarah has been unlocked in the radio.
If I recall my first day correctly, your head must be killing you. Here, drink this.
Thank you. May I ask what this is?
If you know too much, you'll grow old sooner. Trust me, it will lift your spirits.
Old.
Whatever this is, it's beyond delicious. It's sweet and thick and tastes like cherry and wild strawberries. Thank you. I do feel a lot better all of a sudden.
Now go change. We can't have you gallivanting around in those scrubs. There is a nice dress about your size in the cloakroom. Consider this my welcome gift.
Thank you kindly, madam. Madam Orlova.
You're welcome, child. Now off you go, change and mingle. Time is money.
I remember the name. That's. Yeah, okay. But I'm sure that will. No, it doesn't. Oh. Get in the way much? They don't say anything. They've been put very awkwardly though. Nothing to see here.
Another cloth on a mirror. So strange. This mirror doesn't work. That should do it, hopefully. The Countess sure has excellent taste in literature. In other circumstances, I'd spend all day here reading.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Goodness, this must be the dress the Countess was talking about. Such an ornate Western style. It must cost a small fortune. I want nothing more than to change out of this horrible nightgown, but...
And that gives you +5 on history and politics.
It's perfect. Fits like a glove. The Countess sure has
Okay.
I still don't know what's happening here. Or at least I hope I don't. But delaying the inevitable is just tying my stomach in knots. I need to find that young man and learn the truth.
Why does he have a doll all of a sudden? Not doing that.
Please tell me you have some good news for me. It's been 2 weeks since the last Cabernet shipment. The clientele is very unhappy.
Alright. See, we're ranking 8 out of 15. We've got. What do you mean?
Good evening, Hussar.
Ah, there's our belle of the ball. Liza, right? You actually don't look half bad when you're not covered in graveyard dirt.
Graveyard dirt? First the Countess, now you? Why is everyone going on about funerals?
Surely an educated lady like you must have put together who we are by now, haven't you?
Don't.
I'd rather not guess. Please, just tell me straight. Who are you?
Simply, we are vampires.
Is this why I had no reflection in the mirror?
If that's what you're concerned about, you look just fine.
Does this mean I'm dead?
Dead, alive, who the hell cares? Trust me, Liza, you just won the lottery.
I don't even remember how it happened.
That actually does happen quite a bit. That memory usually comes back soon enough.
Okay.
Must be some sort of a defense mechanism that suppresses a traumatic experience. What about my family? When can I see them?
Never again.
I was worried you will ask me that. Technically, they think you are dead, and it is best for everyone if they keep thinking that. It's true, too.
I can't just leave them like this. They have to know I'm all right.
Look, I know this is too much for you to take in right now. Maybe that's a conversation we should revisit another time.
I have so many questions.
See, that's what I was afraid of. Theory is not my forte. I'm a proponent of learning by doing. Why don't you go talk the ears off some other guests while I finish smoking in peace? After that, I can show you what it's really like to be one of us.
I suppose I can do that. Could you at least tell me a little bit about the people, the guests in there?
Oh, come on. Where is your spirit of adventure? I'm sure you'll figure it out on your own. What is it?
I wonder if the Countess would approve of you pushing your responsibilities off to a bunch of strangers.
Well played. Fine. Let me think for a moment about our fun little group here. You've already met the Countess, so that's a big plus. Not everyone gets to do that in their first month, let alone first day. Who else would you like to know about?
Who is the intense lady with the purple hair?
That's Elisa. She is quite important around here. I'd try to start out on the right foot with her if I were you.
What could you tell me about the woman in the pink dress?
You must mean Arbin. You know, they say she was born somewhere far to the east. That broad has been around forever. Probably has a tale or two to share.
What about the young man who asked about my health?
Who? Oh, you must mean Petya. He is just a human. Elisa brought him in for fun. He is such a card and has absolutely no clue.
A clueless young man surrounded by vultures. That's fascinating.
Right?
Okay.
I suppose that's everyone of note, really. Besides,
That's why I thought that would be the best. I didn't want to get nihilism, but I think that would have been his forte.
Of course. All right. Thank you kindly. I'll be back soon enough.
no rush, please.
Yeah, let's see. We're rank 3, by the way. We have some points to distribute. I'm gonna put 2 in literature and writing, 2 in music and art, and 1 in science and logic. That should help us for now. Relationships, 55 with the countess, 55 with the hussar. Magical education, hussar, yeah. Names, questions, supernatural. No glass touching is allowed when toasting for a dead person. In the Slavic religious tradition, Domovoy, also spelled Domovoy, Domovoj, Domovik. Domovik is the household spirit of a given kin. Yeah. The deified progenitors, yeah, that is to say the fountainhead ancestors of the kin. Sometimes he has a female counterpart, Domania, the goddess of the household, though he is most often single god. Domovoy expresses himself as a number of spirits of the household in its different functions. Yeah. And inventory, yeah. Hey, then what about... That was...
Come on. Don't any of you cowards want to have any fun?
My lady, with all due respect, Russian roulette just seems like, too much fun for the night.
Fine. Get lost then. Be on your merry way. Who knew that the second time I die would be of boredom?
Get away. Get away. That's... No, that's not...
I do actually have a model right here with me. I always carry Matilda with me, just in case a good opportunity strikes. You never know. Look into her eyes. Doesn't she look alive to you? Like she's going to blink?
Yes. Well, apologies.
Petya.
Petya, we should probably go discuss some urgent business with the Countess.
Oh, of course. In fact, I'd love to meet her as...
I don't know how, but I can just sense that he is not one of us. Such a strange feeling. Attraction? No, but something very similar. He is most certainly human.
Have you tried the Countess's Cabernet? Honestly, I think this may have been the best one I ever tasted.
I prefer to stick to clear drinks around here. If you really want to try some decent Cabernet, stop by my salon on the main street.
Oh, that sounds like a challenge. I'll take you up on that offer.
Okay. I think that might be the best place to start.
Hello. I don't think I've seen you around here before. I'm Arbin.
I'm Liza. Good evening to you, too.
You don't sound so sure. Is it really a good one for you?
You're right. If I'm honest, it hasn't been the easiest night.
That's what I thought. My advice is always be honest, unless you absolutely can't be. In the end, it does make everyone feel better.
That's a good piece of advice.
Stick with me, lovely. I'm chock full of them.
Arbin, I've only just been turned, and all of this is very new to me. May I trouble you for some advice?
I hope you don't mind me asking, but has someone in your family enjoyed wine a little too much?
Yes. My father. Wine, vodka, anything he can drink, really. You aren't clairvoyant, are you?
Everyone becomes a little clairvoyant if they live long enough and pay attention. I saw you drinking that glass earlier, and I think you should be careful around it, my dear.
Alcohol's my father's problem. It isn't mine.
It's not just alcohol you should be concerned about. You can keep away from it if you want. Blood, however, you will now have to drink, whether you like it or not.
Whether I like it or not.
Demons are hereditary, my dear. Always remember that.
I couldn't help but overhear that you are a wine expert?
I dabble. I run a literary salon in town and serve drinks there.
How exciting. All kinds of interesting people must come by.
You'd be surprised, my dear, and mildly disappointed. I'd love for you to stop by one day. I'll treat you to a round of something nice.
I'll make sure to visit. Since you're an expert, may I ask you about the wine that the Countess gave me? I'll admit I found it delicious, but it wasn't really wine, was it?
It was not. Cabernet was sort of our code word for blood, so we don't shock any innocents. And then we just got used to it. Funny how language works, isn't it?
Yes. Funny. Well, I should get going.
Good luck. I have a feeling we'll see each other soon.
I'm gonna try something. No, I'm not allowed. Was gonna see if I could go back to the painting and get some more information there. It's a very specific spot.
Look at this pretty picture. I could barely recognize you from before. Where did you get this dress?
It's a gift from the Countess. She is very generous.
Huh. I thought it looked familiar. Name is Alisa, by the way.
Liza, it's a pleasure. So, I've just been turned today.
Congratulations. That must be quite shocking. Thrilling, even. I'm envious, really.
Yes, thank you. I'm not quite sure how to process all this yet. What does one even do with this? Being dead, drinking blood, who knows what else?
Same thing anyone around here does. Masticating plain eternity day after day. Spicing it up any way you can.
Hence the Russian roulette.
We're already dead, aren't we? What else is there to lose? Do you fancy a round?
Maybe some other time.
Suit yourself.
May I ask who was the young man you talked with earlier?
Hypno? Why, are you interested?
Goodness, no. I was just making conversation.
Don't be shy. We're not attached. Petya is human. I picked him up at the town market. He is a salesman. A ridiculously bad one at that.
If you two are not an item, may I ask why did you invite him over?
Because it was my turn.
A turn for what?
To spice up the eternity.
So, it's true what they say? Vampires live forever?
We exist forever. We don't live. But then again, few do.
Does this mean that we can't, stop existing?
Oh, sweetheart, there is nothing easier. Just stop drinking blood for a few days, fall from a high roof, or just step into the sunlight.
I should probably be writing this all down.
So, now that you have eternity on your side, do you consider your existence more valuable?
No, of course not. Pulse or no pulse, life is just as valuable as it always was.
I see. In that case, how would you compare the value of your new existence to, say, Petya's?
What a strange question. They are equally important, of course.
Fair enough. Still, it's an interesting thought experiment, isn't it?
Indeed. Excuse me. I think someone is calling for me.
I don't think there was a right answer there. Not able to talk to them or them. It's midnight by now. Socialize with the guests.
I'm starving, and the food looks so fresh and delicious, but the strangest thing is, I have absolutely no appetite for it.
Oh, hello! It's you, lady in the nightgown. How are you feeling? I was really worried.
Much better. Thank you. I'm Liza, by the way.
Of course. Where are my manners? I'm Petya.
It's a pleasure. You were the only one who seemed to care about my illness.
Oh, nonsense. They are a lovely bunch around here, just all very busy. The third group I'm pitching my dolls to, and everyone keeps running off for urgent business.
Did you say you're selling dolls?
And maybe, yes.
Okay.
I see you have one with you.
Creepy!
May I take a look?
Of course. Matilda here is my favorite. I'd love to get some honest feedback. Well, what do you think?
Oh, it's just lovely. So detailed and human-like. She reminds me of the one I had when I was a little girl.
That's exactly what I wanted to accomplish. Thank you. I knew someone here would appreciate it. I'm hoping to show her to the Countess. With her approval, the sky's the limit. You know, making toys is what I wanted to do since I was a little boy. My father always called this foolishness, among other things. Said it's not manly work. I never managed to convince him otherwise.
I'm sorry. That must have been tough.
Well, here I am, still at it. I do have a feeling that I'm onto something with Matilda. Just you wait. My gut tells me that tonight is going to bring something special, and it's never wrong.
How did you end up being invited here, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, that's all thanks to Elisa, the lovely young woman in the yellow dress. She saw me at the town market and saw some real potential in my work. She said that the people in the manor might be interested in seeing it, and you didn't have to ask me twice.
I see. How is pitching going so far?
I'll admit, it's a little slow, but the night is still young.
You are an optimistic guy, aren't you, Petya?
My mother used to say that my hope will be the death of me. But what's the point of living if you don't believe in people and yourself?
You may be right about that. At least I truly hope you are. Best of luck with everything, Petya. Hope everything works out with the Countess.
Thank you, Liza. You're very kind.
Okay, that was socializing. Return to Hussar. Hussar. Whatever he's. No, not doing that. Apparently.
Good timing. I just finished up.
Yes, how lucky.
Don't be snappy, Liza. Smoking is an important routine for a soldier. Can't be interrupted.
A soldier, huh? And which division were you in, exactly?
We can talk about the divisions some other time, perhaps. So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
What is going on in the basement of the manor? It's absolutely terrifying down there.
Oh yes, the basement. If I were you, I would just forget all about it.
Excuse me?
All I know is that Countess conducts her business and she doesn't enjoy people meddling in it.
If it's so confidential, how come I ended up there in the first place?
Minor oversight. You were supposed to be moved upstairs before you were up, but appears that you are an early riser.
And whose oversight was it, may I ask?
Let's not focus on casting blame, shall we? I say all's well that ends well.
Oh my god. He's such.
So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
Who ended up letting me out of the chamber?
If I'm honest, I haven't the foggiest idea. I thought you knew.
Well, I don't. And whoever it was gives me the goosebumps. On top of everything, I ended up promising them a favor and felt a bad burn on my shoulder right after that. Do you know what it could possibly be?
Let me take a look. Oh, brother.
What? What is it?
It could be nothing, really. No need to worry. Just make sure that you show this to the doctor when you see him, all right?
All right.
So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
If vampires are real, does this mean other fairy tales are?
You'll have to be more specific than that.
Rusalkas? Domovoys? Ghosts?
Yes, no, yes. We'll spend all night here if we keep talking about Flora.
The Zalkas are real. I want. Oh, I hope the full version has a Zalka in it.
Want my advice? Focus on yourself first. That always ends up working for me. So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
I suppose that's it for the time being.
Perfect. If you don't mind me asking, what do you make of all this? I take it you've done a couple laps around the ballroom. Learned a little more about what it's like to be one of us.
Well, I'm obviously still in shock, but...
Yes?
From a scientific perspective, I have to admit I'm curious. This is certainly a unique condition we are in. I'd love to learn more about it for my studies.
I'm impressed. I can certainly see now why the doctor chose you as his apprentice. All right. Have you read Thunderstorm?
Nope.
I'm not so sure. Why?
Well, unlike Katerina in the play, you no longer need to wonder why people can't fly.
How did you do?
By sheer will, Liza. It's very simple.
How were you even talking with me in such a state?
That's yet another benefit of being one of us. We can project our thoughts into people's minds. I prefer it, really. I find normal speech kind of primitive.
Why don't you do it all the time, then?
I'd love to, but you don't want to get too used to it and scare a human by accident. Now, why don't you try it? Let's see what kind of bat you are.
Eh?
Goodness!
Isn't this a hoot? Come on, I'll show you around.
A hoot? What the? Bat indicator on the bat shifting is possible. The land, while in bat shape, descend on the surface from above until landing safe.
Seems like you're catching on. Follow me.
I can't believe I'm actually flying.
All this talk about death. Don't you feel more alive than you ever have right now? Shh. There. Look.
If only I have 3 coins to my name, then I'd show 'em. They'd all see.
Mm-hmm.
Is this what you wanted to show me? A drunk peasant?
What I wanted to show you is how to use your new powers. Meet Trophime. He is the Countess's former serf, now custodian and coachman. Among other things, he makes sure no one goes in or out of here without her permission. Important man. Now, come with me. How is life, Trophime?
My lord, is that you? Or the bottle you gave me? Highest quality. Much obliged.
I can see that. It's nearly empty already. All right, enough pleasantries. Watch this.
What happened to him? Is he all right?
He is fine. We call this enchantment.
What does enchantment do, exactly?
It makes people tranquil. While they are in trance, they don't feel pain or have a clear memory of what happened.
Is it like anesthesia?
In a way. I bet you this fellow in the States who invented it is a vampire.
You mean William Morton?
Mm-hmm. I heard the doctor was toying with that idea before. He was not happy the Americans figured it out first.
So they don't remember anything once they're enchanted?
Not quite. They may not remember what happened, but they won't forget how you made them feel.
Sounds like a subject for some awkward conversations.
You don't know the half of it yet. You'll see.
So, how do I enchant someone? I don't know if I can whistle like you.
Don't worry. Whistling is just for me. It's like a cure for the hiccups. Everybody has their own way. When you need it, it will come to you.
Does this mean you can just come up to anybody and make them tranquil?
In theory, but it's not quite that simple. Firstly, they have to like you, an important condition. Without it, the charm won't work. Secondly, you should only do it to humans.
So it doesn't work on other vampires?
I didn't say that. There are rumors that the best of the best can indeed enchant their own kind. But I don't even know if the Countess has that kind of power. Besides, this would certainly not be considered ethical by our vampire.
Ethical for vampires.
I bet they wouldn't mind to have that power, though.
Oh, without a doubt.
So why would you want to enchant someone?
I thought you might ask that. There are 2 main reasons. 1. People in a trance are easily suggestible. You can use that to influence their thoughts and opinions.
That doesn't sound right.
Well, I didn't say you have to do it, did I? Everyone lives with their own choices.
When you say influence their thoughts, does this mean they will do anything I say?
Only within reason, of course, especially when you are a beginner. Impression is a delicate art and takes a lot of practice.
And what is the second reason?
I think you already know.
Okay.
What have you
It
done?
was a fast bite.
I just opened him up for you. Don't worry, he'll be just fine unless we bleed him dry. Come here. It's time for you to learn how to...
I don't...
You're as ready as you'll ever be.
How do I turn?
Just relax and let your instincts take over. It will come naturally.
My mouth, it's bleeding.
Of course, I forgot to warn you. Sorry. Don't worry, it's normal. That happens when your fangs are out for the first time. It will recover in a minute.
His skin smells like wild berries. But not just the smell, the promise of warmth that draws you, the promise of being whole. I want to feel it on my teeth, in my body. No, I can't do this. I don't think I can do it. I'm sorry.
All right. But if the Countess asks, promise you'll say that you've done it. I don't want to get in trouble because you chickened out.
I promise.
Remember, you have to learn to do it to survive. I better get back to my other errands. Do you remember the way back?
I do. Hussar? Thank you for your help. I had a rough day and it means a lot to me.
Don't mention it. I ended up having a decent time myself. I'll see you soon.
I should get back to the manor and talk with the Countess. I'll process this all later. Where will I live? What's next? But first, Hussar said I can influence someone who is enchanted. I should try it on Trophy. It's too dark. I can't quite make out what's... Can you hear me, Trophy? Here is something I'd like you to do. You will start pacing your drinking.
No? Can't.
Trophime seemed pretty drunk. Hope he doesn't hurt himself with this.
Okay, so you can't use the floor over there, but I'm gonna fly low.
What was that? Looks like the banquet is over. Someone is still inside, though.
Oh, okay, I can't use that.
I don't understand. How could this even happen?
Do you
It's
have no
Petya's doll,
self-control at all?
Matilda. This is so unsettling. What is this? My God!
Okay, bye Petya.
What the hell happened here?
It's all Victoria's fault. I told her he's almost empty, but she wouldn't listen.
What do you want from me? I was starving, and you two barely left.
Doesn't matter now. We drained a man. Not any. Someone is going to fry for this, and as sure as hell.
Are you mad? No one is going to be executed for this. He's just a human.
That's tragic, of course, but accidents happen, don't they?
Easy for you to say. You're not the one who will have to explain this to Liza.
Come with me, my dear. This is not your mess to sort out.
He's going there. Let's see if I've got it. Okay, now I can't go lower than this. Can I do anything else with his body? Which I mean with is...
It's Petya's doll, Matilda. This is so
Can
unsettling.
I examine it scientifically? Let's see though. Don't have any points yet. Yeah. No wardrobe change.
Those morons. I knew I couldn't leave them alone with him.
I just can't seem to make sense of it. I talked with Petya not even an hour ago.
I'm so sorry. He didn't need to die today.
What happens now?
Well, the Countess won't like this one bit. I can tell you that much.
Is she sympathetic to humans?
I wouldn't say that. However, she doesn't like murders being linked up to her property. She will find her way out of this, no doubt. But those three in the ballroom, we'll have to see.
Back in the room, they said someone will be fried. What does that mean?
I don't know if you've heard this yet, but we can't be in the sun. It destroys us.
I did read about that in the folk tales.
The stories are true. Sometimes it's used as a form of capital punishment for our kind.
What do you think will happen to those three outside?
Murdering a human, sadly, isn't a big crime in our community. I don't think it will come to that. If I had my guess, I'd say they will get their fangs dulled for troubling the Countess. They will grow back after a month or two, but before then, they will have to feed solely on Cabernet, and it isn't cheap.
What if they can't afford it?
They will just have to find a way. Some take loans, some steal. Without blood, we are like humans without water.
Arbin?
Yes?
Do you know what will happen to me now? I don't even know who I am anymore. What do I do? Where do I live?
I understand it's not an easy day. We all went through this at some point. All the answers will come at the right time. For now, you just need to wait it out till someone sends for you.
I must admit, I feel quite restless.
Listen, not many of us might say this to you, so I want to do it. Being one of us doesn't just mean hurting people for your own benefit. It doesn't have to be. To me, it means that I have an eternity to become better, learn from my mistakes, absorb the knowledge about the world.
I suppose that's one way to look at it.
You know, the Countess has a wonderful library over here. Why don't you grab a book and use this time to learn something new? Perfection comes in little steps.
Thank you for all your help and kindness, Arbin. It feels really good to have a friend around here.
I know it can't be easy for you right now in all this madness.
She's too nice. I don't trust her.
I learned that the hard way. Trust me. Here, I want you to have this. This should give you a little boost when you need it. Clear your head. It's not going to last long, but it will give you a little peace of mind for the time being. I should go now, my dear. You know where to find me. Next time, a drink at my bar is on me.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Can read books to pass time and increase knowledge stats. Okay, so that would be science and logic up, music and art, literature and poetry. Let's do Camilla. Oh, you need to press. You will think me cruel, very selfish, but love is always selfish. The more ardent, the more selfish. Sheldon Fanu, and you can only do one of these.
I should see what all this ruckus is about.
No, read another book. Okay. We'll make choices in Cabernet, some of little and some of big consequence. You will not always know which one is which. Some of those consequences will be marked on the screen by this symbol.
They must have taken Petya's body away. Lord only knows what they'll do to it. My God, what happened here?
Idiots being punished for their own stupidity.
Did you kill them?
I took that snake's fangs out. We'll see how she does now. I wasn't sure what to do when I saw him, but then I thought about something you said earlier.
Really? What was it?
That mortal life has the same value as eternal existence. I don't know if it's true, but it certainly helped me find my rage. Still, this isn't going to bring him back.
I'm so sorry about Petya. He seemed like such a nice boy.
It was always a risk. Life goes on. Whatever it is we have. But thank you. You must be curious about what happens to you now.
I'd be lying if I said otherwise.
The way it works is that you get assigned to the one who turned you for the apprenticeship. I believe you are the doctor's disciple.
I don't really remember much before I woke up. The doctor. He was a traveling doctor that came to the city, wasn't he? He was a vampire?
He certainly was. It will all come back eventually. Don't worry about it now. Countess has a coachman, Trophime. He will take you to the doctor's place in town. He is rough around the edges, but you can learn a lot from him.
May I speak with the Countess herself?
You need to be a little more important for that to happen. Trust me, she'll send for you soon. She has errands for us all. You will be no exception.
I understand.
Good girl. You should go. Trophime will be waiting for you, and the sun is not getting any lower. I've unlocked the door by the balcony. It'll lead you to the stairs and outside.
Can I investigate this?
This is fresh. What in the world caused this?
Oh, nothing. Okay.
They must have taken Petya's body away. Lord only knows what they'll do to it.
Oh, so that are just drag marks.
Hey, Liza?
Yes?
Oh, more talk?
Never mind.
What is it?
You've only turned recently. When was the last time you watched the sunrise?
It must have been a couple weeks ago. I was studying late for my exams.
What did it feel like?
Be sincere.
Well, I was worried about the day to come, and when a ray of sun fell on my face, I don't know. I felt warm, hopeful. Why do you ask?
No reason. It's just been a while since I've seen one. You will hear from the Countess soon.
I'm sure I will.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask you, could you please take this ugly doll with you? I can't keep looking into its dead eyes.
Does it remind you of Petya?
Just take it with you, please.
All right, I will.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
Oh, that's a lot of relationship with her.
I swear it just blinked.
Till that all was added to. Okay. Gained humanity. Let's see. Humanity's up by 22, I think. Healthy up by 11. Relationships 55, 56 with Petya, but he's dead. 62 with Hussar. Oh. 65 with Alisa, 50 with Turfin, 60 with Arban. Yeah, there are Russian roulette, of course. Ruzalka. Feminine, often malicious toward mankind and frequently associated with water. Okay. Wait, that was all of the story? Oh, I was hoping I could play a little bit longer. I was having fun. Anyways, this was the Cabernet demo. It will come out somewhere next year, it says 2025. This is all that it says, so we don't know when. It is a fun, well, could call it a visual novel, a click and point adventure, any of those. I do like it. I want to play more of it. It is great that it's completely voice acted, which is a huge plus in these kind of games, especially for someone who makes videos and streams like me. Because you know, talking, well, you can talk for a long bit, but reading out for hours on end is really tiring. So that's a good one. It is made by Party for Introverts. So yeah, I will leave the link down below. Any plus points? Well, there were a lot of plus points. The skill system is a big plus. I don't know if I do think that the choice about feeding on the coachman should be left up to you and not just be said, no, I won't do it, but I can't. That's a bit that's taking away player agency, even in a small part. So that choice should be up to you. That being said, for the rest, the entire game so far looks good, and I can't wait to see the entire game. The art style is simplistic but neat and beautiful, so no complaints there. Anyway, I hope you liked it. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the demo. And if you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, because that will all help with the algorithm. So I hope you watch the next one too, and later.